You know, I'm a dummy. I forgot I had myself muted this whole time and not a single person said a damn thing. Oops. So I've been live for 21 minutes talking. Didn't even realize I was muted because no one said a thing. Alright. Damn it. Good evening, everyone. Crooksy and all the rest that are here. Hope you're all doing well. So, tonight, the conversation I was attempting to have with myself before was my excitement for Alpha 1 and the fact that they've announced what the package is going to be to get into Alpha 1. And I do have the money set aside for it. I kind of prepped in advance over the last couple of months, more or less, while still keeping up with all my bills and everything else I need to take care of. And Alpha 1 is going to cost $500. It's going to come, we're hoping, we don't have confirmation yet, but I'll find out on Tuesday what the actual benefits of that are, besides the fact that you get access to all the cosmetics, X amount of in-game currency for the $375 currency. It's $150 worth of in-game shop, all the cosmetics, Alpha 2, Beta 1, Beta 2, and your name reservation for your character. And then for, what is it? Well, we're guessing, because we don't know, is that you're going to get 1 year is what the guess is of game time. I'm guessing between $200 to $250 worth of in-game cash shop, not pay to win. And all the other cosmetics, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Beta 1, Beta 2. So that's my guesstimate. What's going to be available for testing, as of what is known, based off of Stephen Tree saying it, is we're going to be able to test, what was it, Tank, Cleric. Let me go to what someone said in the AOC chat. Tank, Cleric, Mage, and possibly Fighter and Ranger, which are most of the basic archetypes. Does not include Bard or a couple other archetypes. Ooh. Dude, that's better than the other one I'm using. Hell yeah. Doesn't look better, but it matches my headpiece, so I'll go with that. Alright, let's rock and roll to our main destination. That's going to be the hardest part. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Alpha 1 non-NDA starts on, if I'm not mistaken, the 11th. Hold on, I'll tell you guys right now. Here it is. So, of course, this has changed since then, but the NDA version that most of the Alpha 1 people have been in is this. May 14th, which is not too far away, it's about 12 days from now, will be the week-long no NDA. But I'll be able to purchase my package. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it right then and there on Wednesday. And then it'll go back into, I imagine, NDA. Hey, Ghost! And then the non-NDA full month-long Alpha 1 will be coming June 1st to the 30th, which I am super hyped for. Super, super hyped for. How are you tonight, Ghost? What are you up to? fellow WoW player, classic or retail? Oh, if you ask him, hey man, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Happy to be part of the guild with you guys. For the first 20 minutes, because I'm a dummy, I was talking to myself with a muted microphone. I appreciate that. I'm only playing this as literally a kill time, because I really would rather be playing Ashes of Creation more than anything else. There we go. So between Final Fantasy 11 and this game, these are kind of the two MMOs I play right now. Till I can pay that $500 on Tuesday, which is gonna make me a super sad panda. Like, are you gonna get an Alpha 1? Or are you gonna be shooting for Alpha 2? You don't know? Hey, it's fine. I know most of us that do have the ability to stream will be streaming it. That's understandable. Like, the only reason I have a free schedule is I work for FedEx. I'm a FedEx delivery driver by trade. And I work Monday through Friday, and I have my kids on the weekends. And I set my stream schedule to Sunday through Thursday. That way I spend time with my kids all weekend. They go back to them on Sunday afternoon. And I don't have a significant other, so everything's cool. I wouldn't mind having a girlfriend or something like that, but at the same time, I'm content with my life. Have my kids. I'm a dad of twins. And I'm just looking forward to this. Like, something new, something that is not the tried and true World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 11 or 14 for that matter. Because you know what? Those have been around for an eternity, and they haven't really invented anything new or really given you that feeling adventure anymore. There's not really any type of that feeling. I would say within, say, the Final Fantasy 11 community, there is a sense of community where everyone's working together towards a common goal. But that's kind of about it. Like, I don't play retail on Final Fantasy 11. I play on a private server called Wings. And it's good. Absolutely no problems with it. But it's just, I don't know. I've played Final Fantasy 11 for an ungodly amount of time. Ah, crap. Ow, that guy hurts. Oh crap, I really screwed the pooch on this. Yeah, I'm just gonna run exit stage left type scenario. I'm in the military, kind of limited my schedule mostly on the weekends and my free days unless I'm on duty, right? Well, first off, I'm gonna say thank you for your service. Appreciate everything you and any of your family possibly do for your family's military too. I have family that's in military too, and I know you guys bust your ass no matter what you do. So keep up the good work, and we respect you regardless. And that's understandable. I would honestly, just my opinion for you, wait for Alpha 2. Because Alpha 1, I don't know if it's, I don't think it's going to be persistent. Except for when we get into the next month after this. Ooh, I don't want to get that guy yet. Yeah. That's what I would say for you. Like, as much as you probably want to play it... Oh, God, that thing... Oh, I did not know this quest was an elite quest. Yeah, I might not be able to do that one. Yeah, Alpha 1 I think is going to be persistent all the time. I'm sorry, Alpha 2. Alpha 1 is, you know. Well, the beautiful thing about MMOs, they don't disappear. So, if you're not able to get into it, you'll still have streamers that you can go watch their VODs or whatever to kind of get your fix of all things Ashes of Creation. Not necessarily me, but other ones. So you'll get your fill. It might take a little extra time, that's all. And when you do get in, you'll be welcomed with open arms by the community. That's kind of what it really comes down to, is the community will be there one way or another. Gotta be a sneaky bastard to pull this succubus. Yeah, I've already decided on my class what it's gonna be. Oh, no problem, man. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I hope you have a good evening, and thank you very much. I'm really hoping that those from Final Fantasy are willing to watch Ashes of Creation, because I think it's going to be an amazing experience. Kind of that feeling of, like, I know most people say nostalgia is something that you can't reproduce as you get older. I don't really necessarily agree with that. I feel it's possible to get nostalgia again. It just takes a hell lot more effort to be surprised by something. Kind of like when I was watching the preview this time around. They did something that was really surprising to me, and that would showcase all these world dragons that had very unique skills to all of them. Yes, they all look the same, but that can be fixed later on. But these dragons were terrifying, and they chased you, and you felt kind of like Steven did, which was a little bit scared shitless when you're running away from it. You can see its wings coming towards you from behind. Without panning the camera, it's that big. The fact that not everyone can have a flying mount, I think, is a great feeling. A lot of people are kind of cranky about that. They're like, I want to have a flying mount. It's like, yeah, but if everyone has a flying mount, you don't get to enjoy the game world. I feel like that's something World of Warcraft kind of screwed up on, screwed the pooch on, which was they gave people flying mounts. And that feeling of how big the world was literally disappeared. It just didn't feel big anymore. Kind of like Final Fantasy XI, any game that has add flying in that is not inherently meant to be there, was just added in because the community complained about it, it kind of made the game worse in its own ways. Yes, it gave you, example, the Burning Crusade. Some dungeons and raids you couldn't get to without flying. Okay, that's a novelty type thing. That's cool and all, but it didn't feel as fun. It really didn't. It felt like they were just trying to make you pay a subscription longer, which that's what most companies want. They want you to pay as much money as humanly possible to stay in their game as long as possible. But I feel like that's lazy game design. But if you make flying a scarce thing that only mayors of a city or someone within your guild, when you beat an epic monster, can gain access to for just a month to make you look like a badass for just a month, and then you go back to being like everyone else, running around the world, that I feel is a pretty good game design idea. Because if you're the lucky individual to get that flying for that short period of time, it gives you, something easy to do. Easy to be able to get around without having to fear being attacked by a monster that might be too high of a level for you. Or getting ganked by some bastard that just feels like killing you. It adds a little bit of excitement for that 1 month. And then you're kind of hooked on it. You're like, I want that again. And it makes people go back and kill those world bosses. Or have someone that's a beast master of sorts, like a husbandry, I think is what it's called in Ashes, be able to make a beast as strong as possible through their training. It's going to be an actual class, which that's crazy to me, the whole concept. Oh man, I might be in trouble here. Alright. I don't know if I can beat this guy with how little mana I have. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to win this battle. Unless I can get a heal off. Nope. First dead Daku of the night. It's okay. I don't die that often in this game. That's a lie. But it's not like other games. Blaze, Evil, I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I'll definitely be back on Final Fantasy XI tomorrow night. But there's been feelings that the pre-patch is coming very soon. Very, very soon for WoW Classic. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. What are you up to tonight, Evil? Anything fun? kind of surprised they don't have a quote-unquote streaming channel in the Axiom Guild Discord. Ooh, that was a nice crit. That was beautiful. I'm gonna hunt down all these succubus first and get them out of my way. Crate of ghost. Oh, yeah. I know what that is. Oh, I forgot when I died, all my skills turned off. And I turned them all back on. Oops. I would say this sounded like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII, Voices of the Life Stream. So many good songs coming up right now. I can't wait till I have a mount. Even if it's a 60 speed mount, 60 is better than nothing. At least I get it for free. Saving up for flying is going to be the most horrendous thing to deal with. Go find 2 more succubus. There's, oh no, that's a doom. Oh, I can do these guys. Oh, okay, I'm good. And I need 2 more fellhound brains. Feels weird to listen to Final Fantasy music in WoW, but at the same time, feels almost right. Oh, this one casts spells. Oh no. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna prevent that spell casting if I can avoid it. Nice. All right. So, Evil, I don't know if you're there right now. Oh no, you left the channel. Oh well. I was gonna ask what's been going on in Final Fantasy, but I guess I can't. I have a new follower on Instagram. Really? Oh, Tom Hashimoto. Old college buddy. Alright, come here, Doom Warden. Doom Warder, I mean. all these mobs hit me so freaking hard. I don't know why it's so hard to like not kill. Well, I'm a Ret Lol Paladin Classic right now, so maybe I should rethink that way of thinking. Hey Jav, what's up, man? Oh, these sorcerers are so easy to beat. Even if they're level 40, it doesn't even matter. Say, I've been holding that stun, waiting for her to actually do something that's going to make me afraid of her. Okay. I collected all those. Still need one more brain stem of a Fellhound. But I'll just keep working on these guys for the time being. Oh man, I hope Shadowcaster is good in Ashes of Creation. I really do. The idea of being a mage, but also a rogue at the same time sounds really cool. It's almost like Shadow Assassin, or whatever it's called in World of Warcraft, where you use Assassination Step or something like that, where you just weave through the shadows. It's almost like a magical move, I would say. Like, I've looked at some of the movesets so far for what a mage can do in Ashes of Creation. And the fact that you can create a legitimate black hole to drag all your enemies into the middle of, and then you could cast, like, an AoE skill on them to absolutely decimate them, is pretty cool. What I want to know is what are going to be the aspects that you get out of having your... I'm going to call it a subclass, similar concept to Final Fantasy XI, of a rogue to a mage. And if it doesn't feel good, what other subclasses could I possibly do that would feel better? But definitely on Tuesday, guys, Tuesday night stream, even if we are playing World of Warcraft, we're going to be going over the released information that will be coming out on Tuesday for Ashes of Creation for the bundle. The bundle is supposed to, all the information we need to know will be released on that day. And the bundles will go on sale sometime on Wednesday. Wednesday. I will be at work, but even if I'm at work, I will stop what I'm doing the moment that sucker is available for me to purchase. Hey, good evening, whoever just joined. Hope you're having a good night. Can't wait. Like, I'm in my guild's Discord right now, Axiom. Cannot wait to hear their passionate ideas about the game, and once the NDA drops, can't wait to hear what they've been putting up with or dealing with since Ashes of Creation started for them as beta tester. I'm sorry, alpha testers. I feel like this might be the last game I actually do an alpha test for. Because I'm getting old. Dude, this Doomguard is laying waste to me. Keep cutting it stupidly close every single time. It costs 70 mana for me to actually heal myself. Like, 2 is my limit as to what I can fight right now. Because I went all the way up to level 36 without getting a new weapon. Okay. Right where I'm at are where all the Doom Guards pretty much are. There's a couple over there, but you kind of have to wait for these ones to respawn. Like that guy. Because they have such a small area. There was like one elite version, and I am not messing with an elite. No interest in dying right now. I gotta find myself a guild. I was in a guild a couple days ago, and I was having a spirited conversation with other guild members in World of Warcraft. And to my non-knowledge, they were kind of drunk. So I didn't think much of it at first. And we're talking about the updated changes to classes that the purist did not really want, which was paladins in general were getting a little bit more of a buff and were closer to becoming main tanks of TBC. Now, the person I was talking to was a druid tank main, and that infuriated them to all high hell. They, in a sense, felt I was insulting their intelligence about saying paladins were going to be main tanks over a druid. So I explained this was based off of years and years of people testing and optimizing paladins to such a way that they could be better than a warrior or a druid. And they continued thinking I was insulting their intelligence. And it's like, you can stop talking now. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is wrong with you? It's like, we're having a discussion about this. This is like actual factual information. And they could not accept that. So they left the channel quietly. And I was like, you know what? I can't be in a guild like this that people are just gonna not try to grow and learn about the game they play, and they're gonna be drunk all the time. I especially can't do that if I'm streaming. So I was like, I just parted ways. The person had given me a piece of gear. I mailed it right back to them. Said good luck to them in their guild. Wasn't bitter. And went along my merry way. There's not enough Doom Guards, or I'm just killing them way too quickly. Just need 3 more Doom Guards. Then after that, we're going to head down to do down the Scarlet Path and possibly Ghost of Plasm. I don't know if I can solo that because usually it's waves and waves and waves of monsters. And they might Raffle Stomp me. My guild has a World of Warcraft guild, but it's only retail. And I'm not so keen about the retail. There we go. All these guys are coming back. I think I just killed them too quickly, and that was my problem. Come here, Mr. Doomguard. I have an interest in ending your life. For the light. I'm almost up to my first 100 gold on the server, which has been kind of a struggle to get, but I'm happy oh, crap. Of course, when I'm low on mana, I run into these guys. I think I'm gonna have to run. I have no health. I don't need to fight these anymore. Just head towards my next destination. Ow, you stupid thing. Oh, something's gonna aggro me. I'm gonna die from something. I'd rather it be an Elder Thunder Lizard than anything else. Oh no, I didn't aggro it. Hell yeah. I expected to aggro that thing and to murder my face. Alright. Now the real challenge, heading into the undead area. Killing 30 of these bastards, then warping back to town. Crap. Start running and try to zone it. Alright. Undead Ravagers. I gotta kill 30 of these guys. Hey, Jobs, what's up, man? Sorry you're not seeing me on Final Fantasy tonight, but I trying to get my character as close to 40 as humanly possible before whatchamacallit, before pre-patch. Because as soon as pre-patch hits, that means roughly, I would guess, about a month before TBC comes out. And I'll have 20 levels left to go at that point. Plus, I'm getting excited to spend over $500 on Ash's Creation. Excited slash sad to see that money disappear from my bank account. Ooh, how far does that thing come over this way? That's a true question. If it comes really far, I don't want to aggro the two things at the same time. Especially since it's a caster, I need it to... I'll kill it, but it's got to get farther away from that other one, otherwise I'm going to aggro both. Alright.
What up, my dude?
How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Just killing time in World of Warcraft Classic till Ashes of Creation Alpha 1 starts.
You ready to jump on and get that pack?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm actually streaming right now. As long as you're okay with that, I just want to be honest and upfront with you on it.
No, I never broadcast on Twitch, except for the 30 hours a week. I hate having my voice out there. No,
Deathless, I see you. Hey, Dups. How's it going, man? Yeah, no, I've been excited for this since I saw the Kickstarter when it was only $100 currently donated at the time for the pack. For the Kickstarter, I mean. I've been watching it really that long. That's why you guys see me extremely active in the AOC chat.
Always happy to have more AOC people around.
Oh yeah, I'm willing to make a fox shaped ship to help someone else get their freehold name for free.
Do we?
If we can do anything like that, which I doubt it. I know Steven Sharif has kind of gone absolutely batshit crazy on promises. But so far he seems to be keeping up with most of the promises. Hey Faye, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome to the 8-Bit Army. So how long, what do you stream? What's the things that interest you as a streamer?
So I used to do contenders level Overwatch.
Oh wow.
I don't do that anymore because now I'm old, so it's impossible to click heads.
How old? I'm 37.
35 now.
I'm 37.
We're not 24 anymore.
I know, we could still compete. There's nothing wrong with our brains. Our hands, on the other hand, is a whole different story.
That's where the issue comes in.
Because honestly, if you think about it, well, okay, so I have an old way of thinking when it comes to this. So when I was younger, I used to play sport, and no jokes about this because I know there will be. I used to play handball, which was an offshoot of racquetball. You'd use sheepskin leather gloves instead of holding a frickin' racket. You were more hardcore because you were frickin' diving at the wall to hit the ball off the front wall. Because you were that, like, willing to slam your head against the wall just to get a point. When I was training, the guy who trained me was in his 80s. And me being the smart-ass young kid that I was at the time, I said, I can beat you, I'm young, I'm fast, I'm smart. And he said, okay, if you lose, you have to do this drill for the next 2 hours. And it was literally throwing the ball off the front wall at different angles and stuff like that, which really gets tedious and boring. But it was good training. And so we play. I go to hit the ball off the front wall. He's already standing in the next position waiting for it. He only had to walk to positions because he could figure out the angle of the ball off the wall before I even hit it. So my way of thinking is, we're smarter, we're older, we could possibly think faster than they can, even if their hands can move quicker.
Not bad. I like it. I like that.
That's my old school terminology when it comes to that.
I feel like that could be the lie that I tell myself. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a lie / partial truth. Don't trample on my past. But yeah, no. Surprisingly enough, out of all the guilds I saw recruiting, your name just kind of stuck out. And I'll admit, the animation you guys had was very sweet. And even my young son, I'm a dad of twins, said, "That's a cool one. You should join that guild, Dad." I was like, "Okay, that settles it," and that's how I decided. Because I scrolled through about 100 different damn guilds, and then I scrolled back up and saw that one and stopped and started reading the information. My son walks over and just looks at the symbol. He's like, "That's a cool looking guild." I was like, "I think so too. Let's go."
Well, we're super happy to have you in. For sure, for sure.
Have you thought about what you're going to be doing as a class? At least initial thoughts?
So,
without
part
sharing
of
any... I imagine you're in Alpha 1, so no sharing information. I'm fine, and I don't want that to screw my channel over anyways.
No, we won't break any NDAs today.
Too close.
Just in case Steven's watching. Steven is everywhere.
I've been very active with him on Twitter, and he's actually liked and responded to a couple of my comments. So he is a really cool dude that responds to everyone.
Yeah, no, he's super active on social media. He's big on his community, and he loves people doing it in. I mean, recently I've been streaming nothing but just like Ashes of Creation theory crafting for, we can theory craft for 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. Really easily.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah,
but what class are you thinking that you might dabble in?
It's so hard. I'll tell you this. Something that I plan on doing, not only for YouTube content, but also for my own selfish benefit, is when we get closer to Alpha 2, I'm going to play every class, levels 1 through 25, because we should be able to get up to 25 in Alpha 2.
Yep.
And that is going to inform how I want to go. So we're going to be making some YouTube guides, but also we're definitely going to be trying to figure out what I want to play. Because honestly, the honest answer is I want to play them all, but the leveling process is just going to be too deep.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be... So as someone who plays Final Fantasy XI, I play Classic, not the retail crap. No offense to those that play retail, anyone whose channel it is. It's just very long leveling experience. I've leveled on 3 private servers of Final Fantasy XI to 75, which is 70. That's the cap. 75? 70. And that is a horrendous amount of my life I've given up to that game. I imagine Ashes of Creation is going to be on that level, since Steven said he wanted to bring back the feeling of the MMORPG, the true meaning of what it is. Because more recent games, World of Warcraft, retail, and other games have gone more of the route of convenience and getting people to max level quicker, and not enjoying the leveling experience, enjoying seeing the zones for what they are. And that within itself really kind of dilutes a game. It doesn't really make the game better, it actually makes the game worse. Because if you're focused so heavily on the end game and not the community building experience or anything else like that, you're not really getting the true concept of what an MMORPG is. At least that's how I perceive it. What do you think?
So, a few things on that. You know the estimate for leveling to max level?
Oh god, no, I have not checked that out yet. I'm afraid to look at that.
So what Steven has said is it's going to take an average player 4 to 6 hours a day for 45 days to hit max level.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad. It's a lot, though. It's definitely a lot. So it's not going to be a game where you're going to, like, it's not like Guild Wars 2, where you're going to roll so many different characters, for sure. I also appreciate the way the node system and the way that's working, where a level 1 node's going to have, like, level 5 bears. And once that node turns into a level 2 node, it'll have level 5 bears, but it'll also have level 10 wolves. And then it'll have level 5 bears, level 10 wolves, and level 20 goblin. And that kind of increase is really important. And it's really important because it makes the areas not useless.
I agree. That makes the dynamically increasing the zone's difficulty as the node develops more means that you are going to become more invested in that node's zone of influence compared to being like, okay, I've hit the cap for this zone, it's now time to go to another zone. You're going to still want to explore those other zones, but you're going to be invested in making sure that zone develops into a metropolis eventually. You're going to want to see it becoming a sprawling countryside that you can be proud of, that you helped develop.
100%. 100%. Like, making old zones not useless is one of the most important development parts of MMO, and not enough do it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, the only one that kind of has, I would say, fixed that issue, but it can still kind of be abused. World of Warcraft has its adventurous sync system where you could sync back to the level of your low friend ally instead of power leveling through the area, and actually help them, like, re-experience the leveling experience with them and get that good XP that you'd want to get if you were high level, but in a low level format. They did that. I can respect them for that, but it took them forever to implement that.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel bad. I will say this, one of the worst feelings in an MMO is definitely when you walk into a new MMO, you're late to the party, you get into those low-level zones, and they're just dead empty.
Yep.
Because that means, from a design perspective, that means you either need to create an MMO where there's not really group content at the lower levels, or an MMO where there's a reason to drag people back to those low levels. And it's hard to do either of those.
I think Guild Wars kind of did though with creating world bosses or dynamic events that would kind of force you to go back to the low-level zones to do them, because they would still give you stuff that would be valuable as a high-level character. I did play Guild Wars too. I went back to it recently to play it just for shits and giggles, but it just wasn't the same feeling. I didn't have the same feeling like I did on the release of it a while back. For myself, I plan on doing, as of right now, it's my train of thought, I want to do mage slash rogue, i.e. Shadowcaster. I feel like that concept is going to be pretty fun.
Oh, absolutely. I've looked at, that ability that everyone's kind of hinting, like, the mage blinks and then you invis out of the blink. That's going to be something that they've kind of hinted at. That could be really, really popular.
Yeah, I've been trying to check the wiki to see if they put up any subclass, because I'm going to use the terminology for Final Fantasy XI that kind of fits well with me, of subclass, and that's something that kind of sticks to it. They haven't put any information about that, and that kind of stinks. Oh shoot, as these mobs reach the ectoplasm, they're all gonna aggro me. Oh, I'm so screwed. Where are they? Oh yeah, I just need to get away from them. I'm trying to do technically a group content thing that's gonna murder me. Yeah, now see, most of the guild wants to start in a mountain region. Like, has there been any real thought process as to why they want to do a mountain region compared to swamp or jungle or oceanside? Or is it just a lot of people have particular crafting classes they want to start there because it benefits the most?
I think when you look at the map, that that southwestern mountain region, people feel that it is biodiverse enough to have multiple crafting. It also has access to the water. It also has access to just some other regions that could make it easy to defend, I guess. We're trying to see in the siege. I mean, once we get a little bit closer, we'll know how much some of this stuff actually is affected in sieges, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Defensible, less populated areas are definitely what everyone's thinking.
True. Like, I did a little bit of the APOC. At first, when I saw APOC, I was like, ugh, why are we doing something like this? But at the same time, he explained a lot of the community was apprehensive when APOC first came out. They're like, oh, this is going to just be a cash grab. They're not truly making it an MMO. They must have given up on it. And then they shut up all the haters and be like, no, this is literally a whole training exercise for us. It has nothing to do with making a battle royale, because there's way too many of those pieces of craps around as it is. So
no, APOC was very important for testing that combat.
Yes,
but I could see I don't think that they at that time really explained APOC well enough.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job. Yeah, they didn't do a good job on the explanation of APOC and why it was so important. If they had done a little bit better of a job, I think the community would have been less apprehensive. But since then, I feel like they've done a pretty good job on most concepts. And they've talked about APOC being like, hey, this is why we're doing this. Weapon skillet posse. I don't have weapon skills. This isn't Final Fantasy 11, man. Unless you consider Judgment a weapon skill, which it kind of is. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, man. Charmander gets to burn my head again this month. I got a lot of 8-bit related stuff to my stream, pretty much. Squirtle comes out when someone follows me. Charmander burns my head when it's a sub. And Mario jumps onto the screen and goes down an invisible warp pipe behind my camera when someone throws me a raid. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned the whole concept of testing out all the classes once we're able to do that. That was literally what I was going to be doing at first, because people were like, oh, well, there's not going to be really any crafting to work on. I was like, yeah, that's why most of my content for streaming will be focused on testing all the base classes and giving a general opinion of their viability, what their strengths, what their weaknesses are, what they're good for, what they're not good for, etc., etc. Like, I'm hoping to do a huge breakdown of all that information.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, having some really good information out there is going to be important. And even at that, there's going to be no way that people are going to be able to summarize all of it, because it's just going to be so insane. The amount and the depth of some of these systems.
64 classes.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I remember first hearing that the first time, and I literally lost my shit. I was like, how the hell are they going to come up with that many systems? It's just, it boggled my mind.
Well, and I think the biggest misconception, too, is that the classes are going to be very much a flavor.
Correct.
A lot of people are waiting for, they're expecting completely unique classes. I just don't think that's what we're going to receive.
I don't think so either. I think it's just going to give a little bit of a taste of that secondary class to help us do particular content. So, like, if I'm going to be a mage/rogue, I might have access to a base level, and this is hypothesis, but base level maybe lock picking, but I won't be able to do high level lock picking or stealth mechanics. I might have low level stealth mechanics, but it's not going to work in high level zones. It'll be a flavor, as you put it.
Yeah, I mean, the example I often use on stream is I look at rangers, right? Mm-hmm. And so every ranger in every game has that ability where they put a big circle on the ground and AoEs a bunch of arrows down, and that's just going to be what that is. Mm-hmm. So maybe, if you're ranger mage, that's going to have a little bit of ice damage and a slow. Maybe if you're ranger cleric, it's going to also add a heal over time to any of your allies that are in that circle. So that would allow you to kind of heal your tank as your tank is tanking a boss, and add that little bit of extra flavor. You're still a ranger, you're still doing damage, and it's still a big AoE damage, but you're providing a secondary benefit.
Correct. Oh, fuck. I think I need to bubble, and I'm not going to survive this. Damn mob spawned right on top of my body as I'm fighting.
That's always the best feeling in classes. Wow.
Fuck. Death to the Daku. I popped one more potion and I'm dead. Come on. Let me kill. No. I wonder if, oh, the Kodo graveyard. God damn it. Yeah, my history with MMOs has been Final Fantasy XI, World of Warcraft during its beta test, the original. I've done Guild Wars 2. I was a main tank for When it was still, when it first came out, it was the subscription model.
Yep.
And I even did a little bit of Secret World during its alpha and beta and release. But I don't know, that game didn't really, it didn't stick with me. It wasn't as appealing as I thought it would be. I think that's
I think that's the generalized theory of SWTOR, is it didn't stick with a lot of people.
No, SWTOR did. I meant like Secret World.
Or no, not SWTOR, Secret World, yeah.
Because its concept of like having to go outside the game to research quests, I thought that was gimmicky, but at the same time, it challenged your brain more than most MMOs did, which most are mindless, mind-numbing. Go kill X-Boars. This one says you need to research this in order to find it where it's going to be in the realistic game world, etc., etc. It's like, huh? What? I have to do some physical work? What is this crap?
See, and I think that that's probably what hurt that game a lot, actually. While it's a very unique concept, I think a lot of people play games to escape and to not be in the real world.
Yep.
And I think that's probably what hurt it. Possibly more than the devs would even admit, but...
Yeah, and the game's still kicking around to this day. It's in a free-to-play subscription model, with a paid model, similar to how SWTOR is. But I don't know if it really, quote-unquote, fares well from that concept anymore. I think the only like free-to-play game that is still faring well would be probably either Guild Wars 2, which I feel has blossomed and made multiple expansions and kept going, and SWTOR. SWTOR has a very dedicated crew that they're up to like what, expansion number 8 at this point?
Yeah, they're pumping them out.
Which amazes me that they're able to still pump that out. Like, I love the fact that it was BioWare that made it. BioWare, to me, is an amazing company for what they are particularly good at. But if they go outside of their comfort zone and do stuff that's not them, that's where I don't trust BioWare.
Yeah, I mean, so SWTOR was definitely a big one for me. I was a main tank, Guardian tank.
Nice. I was Shadow.
And Shadow.
Yep.
We were world 3rd defeating Eternity Vault.
Oh, nice.
But there were definitely some big issues with that game. I don't know if you remember raiding early on in that game, but like Eternity Vault itself was extremely bugged.
Yeah,
sometimes you could only get one pull on SOA before the bug would kick in, and you were done for the week.
Was that before or after the Hut Cartel?
Eternity Vault was the first raid ever.
Okay, so yes, I do remember that. I was trying to think about what raid it was before or after, but yeah, I remember that. Hut Cartel's where I stopped.
I think we pushed Hut Cartel and we stopped at Explosive Conflict.
Hut Cartel was pretty fun.
That was a fun one.
That was one of the few that I would consider... Oh, did I just kill myself again? Probably. Come on, don't hit it. Perfect. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, Hut Cartel I felt was super fun. It actually challenged you quite well. And that was at the point in time where most people... Oh crap, I did kill myself. That was at the time where most people were starting to get fatigued from SWTOR, that it was starting to wane in its difficulty, and because we were able to deal with Hut Cartel a little bit too quickly. I really mean a little too quickly. We kind of boomed through that faster than we really should have. We had 2 tanks. We had a Guardian like you, and we had a Shadow tank, me. And I was half DPS, half tank, because we were able to clear it so convincingly. Like, this was during the meta that a Shadow Tank was able to multi-tap into 2 different talents and have Force Grip and everything else like that and still be extremely tanky and kick the living crap in PvP and raid content. And that was like the one cookie cutter build. The all you needed. You didn't need to switch to any other kind of build. And then when they finally nerfed it after the HUD Cartel, I was like, well, I'm done playing the game. It was nice knowing you guys. It's now free to play. I don't play this kind of free to play anymore.
Yeah, that freemium model where you can play it free to play, but it feels bad.
Yeah, when I went back to my character, I can't even put on 90% of my gear anymore because I was geared to the teeth in raid gear, but because it was behind the premium content, even if I owned the gear and I had the achievements, nope, not allowed to wear it. I was like, that is really shitty.
Yeah, that just feels bad. That's bad design. I mean, the whole game, its history was bad design. They pushed it right as the Star Wars Galaxy servers were shutting down. They knew they would get a Star Wars MMO market, and they did, but kind of at what cost, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it just makes me sad that the way they went about that. It could have been so much better. Like, I actually bought the collector's edition for that. I still have my Darth Malgus sitting in the foam encasement. I never even undid the tape on the sides of that. It's still in mint condition the way it was. So I don't even know what it looks like on the inside because I was hoping maybe someday I could sell it because it was made by the company Gentle Giants and the value of that statue was $100. So I was hoping X years down the line it would be worth more money. I checked on eBay maybe a couple months ago. It's worth less than its value. I'm like, ouch. And that's probably because the game did not do well. So the game kind of hurt the value of the statue.
Yeah, it's tough with these collector's editions. Also, if they don't limit them, if you don't have like a hard limit on like, hey, we're only selling 10,000 of these. And I know that it's BioWare. They were going to pump out as many of those as they needed to pump out.
Yep. Definitely true. Now, Guild Wars, when it first came out, it did the right thing. It didn't go too heavy. Like, they're like, hey, this is what we're making. You want to test it? Cool. Come and test our game. We're not going to stop you. And as the game got older and older, they kept updating it, but they didn't try to make overly crazy promises. And that's probably why I still respect the people from ArenaNet. The game looks pretty good. It still plays good. It still holds up to its age. And they don't make overarching promises like other developers do that they cannot keep.
Yeah, keeping your promises and what you say as a developer is pretty tough. I think that's why a lot of people are very hyped on Ashes of Creation. We'll see what promises they keep and what they end up can't, through process and and actual limitations of technical hardware. But so far, it looks like everything is what they've said, more or less.
Yeah.
Trying to be very careful for the next 13 days and how I say some of this stuff until we can start showing it off.
Oh, I can understand that. I can feel you're like trying to watch what the hell you say right now.
100%. I'm normally very verbose, very fast talker, but when I'm under NDA on topics, I'm like, all right, we're gonna go a little slow. I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. And I think it's extremely brave for a studio to say we're going to have an open development, and because when somebody sees this game on the 14th, they are going to understand that I hope that they're going to understand that this is a development. This is an early alpha. This isn't a pre-alpha like Last Oasis that's been in quote-unquote pre-alpha for a year, and that's what their game is.
Yeah, that game's in alpha for the rest of its life.
Yeah, it's never going to release from alpha.
Like,
even something like Valheim is quote-unquote alpha. And it still doesn't mean it's not a bad game. I think Valheim's more alpha than Lost Oasis will ever be.
Mm-hmm. Like,
but as of right now, both of those games are deeper than Ashes.
Yeah. And I feel when it comes to Ashes that as long as he continues to prove the haters wrong and keeps working on what he feels is the right move for his company and keeps pushing hard at it, he'll be respected in the long run as a developer that was not a AAA company, that pushed out something of AAA quality and did it without relying on companies like, say, Tencent or something like that. He did it through the passion of the community themselves and did the community right. As long as he does that, he treats the community with respect and his development team with respect, and he does not crunch the crap out of them. I hope he doesn't crunch his team, because that's been something that's been big in the game industry recently with the whole studio crunches.
You can say Riot. It's okay. You're allowed to say Riot.
I was more tempted to say CD Projekt Red.
Also, CD Projekt Red.
Sorry,
when you look at that doesn't look like anybody crunched on that. That just looks like.
That's why.
I guess we'll release it today.
That's right. Well, the funny part is they were so proud of the numbers that they pulled in. I'll admit, I pre-ordered the game and I played it. I attempted to stream it, but no, a single PC does not stream that game very well at all. Your PC wants to literally croak at the concept. And I'll admit, yes, I'm running a 6th generation i7 processor, but I'm running an RTX 2070 super overclocked and 36 gigs worth of RAM.
Mm-hmm.
I think literally the only thing holding me back is probably my 6th generation processor.
And that shouldn't. Like, those specs shouldn't. I mean, I run 2 1080 Ti's, and it's set up so that one's running the game and one is taking care of all export specifically for streaming or YouTube exporting. So that's mostly processor. And even that, like, I had a hard time with that game. It was definitely... I wasn't able to not stream it, but I was watching, even with my really nice liquid cooling, I was watching the numbers inside my actual physical tower, and they were getting up there. I was getting a little nervous.
Like, my tower, like, I've got, 6 fans inside this thing, and it generally stays pretty cool, but since I redid my desk, I finally bought a physical gaming desk. Oh shit, I might want to heal myself before this thing kills me. I bought a physical gaming desk, and now my computer's below my right shoulder. So I feel the heat come off the top of the computer because it's a mesh at the top.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I'm like, whew, when I play certain games that are very graphically intense, yep, I feel it. When I played that game, definitely. I'm still pissed off that I had to turn in Skippy back to its owner. Did you play the game at all?
Very little. Very little.
You probably
There's so many games out there that if it... Yeah, I know, I'm aware. But yeah. It's my thing with games is this. You go on Steam, there are a ton of great games. There are a ton of great games at under $5. So if I download a game and if I'm not into it right away, I just move on. There's too many good games to spend time playing bad games.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. I played all the way to the end of Cyberpunk, did the whole story and everything, chose how I wanted to choose. It lived up for the most part to what it was supposed to offer in story content. Of course, I played on PC, and I didn't have the misfortune of everyone else that played on console. So graphically, it looked good for me. I set everything to ultra when I was not streaming, and it handled pretty nicely. There was a couple times it looked like shit, but not too often. I haven't really bought a new game in a while. Like, this will probably be the last MMO that I put this kind of money down for in my lifetime, because I'm like, you know what, I'm 37, I got kids, we're going on a vacation in July, we're going hiking, a hiking vacation, which I know that sounds weird, but we're going to Mount Greylock out in western Massachusetts. It's the highest mountain in the state, and our hotel we're staying at is on top of the mountain. We'll wake up in the clouds, which will be a really cool experience.
Yeah.
But the hiking part, which we're going to have to train a little bit for, is 4.5 hours up, 4.5 down.
Oh, yeah. I remember those days from when I was a Boy Scout, trust me.
So, the boys have been gung-ho for this for a while. I am the one that got them hiking when they were 4 years old. They're 8 now. So, they'll make it to the top of that. When you get to the top, there's a tower at the top. And you can climb that tower. You'll be able to see 4 different states from there. And talk to Brother Antonio. South Shore. Okay. You'll be able to see 4 of the states from there. And on a clear day, you'll be able to see Boston from there. It's all the way out in the very corner of Massachusetts. So it's pretty far away.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now on a map. It's not bad, 3,400 feet. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's in Adams, Mass. So I'm definitely looking forward to that hike. That's going to be a very fun hike for all of us. We're going to stay there all weekend. Pretty much I'm taking a Friday off. We're going to hike there, or we're going to drive there. It's like, according to my GPS, about 3 hours away, roughly. Ooh, everything I put on the auction house sold. Yes. That was a good hit. All those Stranglethorn Veil pages that I never cared to turn in. Just sold them all in the auction house.
Oh yeah, you can make some good money off those.
Yeah, because people are too lazy to farm them. I was naturally doing questing, so I didn't give a damn about them. So I just held on to them and let my bag get filled to the brim with all that bullshit, and then turn them all in once I was done.
I didn't even think about buying those. That would have been smart. Should have done that.
Well, half of them were selling for anywhere between 27 gold. Sorry, I'm still talking Final Fantasy 11. Half of them were selling for 27 gold, and the other half were selling for 27 silver. Other half were selling for a gold and a half. And when you're only level 37 and you're making a gold or so per page, you're doing good.
That's a farm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I'm already revered with Stormwind, and I'm only 37. I focused so heavily before I started using this leveling guide on nothing but Stormwind-related areas, and only did the quests in those areas, no matter how freaking hard they were. I actually was in a guild this weekend, but I quit it because one of the people that I was in the guild with, I didn't realize they all love to drink just to play the game. So they were all a little bit on the belligerent side. I was like, I'm all set with that. We had a debate about how there was going to be some quality of life changes when the Burning Crusade comes out. And they mentioned how Prot Paladin was now going to be kind of the de facto main tank out of the 3 possible options because of the changes that were made. This person I was talking to was a druid main and was a tank main. And they really got pissed off at me for talking about their class, saying that it wasn't as good as a paladin. And they thought I was insulting their intelligence and stuff like that, and started swearing at me. And I was like, I've only been in this guild 3 days. I'm getting sweared at by an officer. Yeah. So I went quiet, left the channel, mailed back the item that that person had given me for when I hit 41. Said, I'm sorry, you are a drunken mess, and I cannot deal with your mood swing based on a topic that we were discussing lightheartedly at first. Good luck to your guild. I hope you do well in TBC. And I left it at that and left the guild. I was like, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. I'm just going to hand it back, say my opinion on what I thought they were doing, and then privately, of course, and then just end it right there and then, because you guys don't seem like the guild that needs to drink to have fun.
No. Yeah, I think Axiom's probably one of the better gaming communities that I've been a part of lifetime, for sure. Just super everyone's super chill. Everyone's out for each other. It's very much, I was talking to some of the leadership, and it's very much that attitude of, if you focus on what everyone else wants, the guild's going to be very successful, because that means everyone else is focusing on what you want.
Yeah. Now, what's your rank really considered? It says specialist. What's that specifically mean?
So guild ranks prior to you joining were actually done by a time-gated level. It had nothing to do with activity or anything.
Okay.
We then put in a lot of CS community support positions. So when somebody joins in the recruitment channel, I can see their applications and answer any questions they have before they really get in there and start filling stuff out. Mm-hmm. As of right now, am just kind of trying to support. We don't really have any leadership around content creation, but really just trying to support content creators and really get out there and make sure everyone's on the same page. I know you had talked about some stuff, and we're kind of getting some stuff together. We're right now we're working on some assets. We were working all afternoon with a couple of guild members who are very good graphic artists on some assets. I also, while we had the short time we had a podcast, was doing the podcast. Instead of nice. Scheduling's tough. So getting people to talk is tough. Some people aren't as good. They want to be on, but they're just not that great at talking. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing is kind of marketing recruitment stuff, but something that I'm working on right now, and we're working on the intro for it. And a lot of people don't want to be on camera, obviously. So what we're going to be doing is one-on-one Discord calls. I'm just going to do a 10-minute Discord call with somebody, and it's just going to be gaming-related questions, their history in gaming, why they love Axiom, what they're playing now, what they're excited for, et cetera, et cetera.
Damn,
and just kind of like a get-to-know-your guildie series.
I wish I'd been around for the podcast series. I would have been interested in doing that. I love being on camera. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I was one of the nerdiest kids growing up and very shy and stuff like that. And then once I started streaming 8 years ago, I'm so used to being on camera at this point, it doesn't even bother me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never had an issue. Pre-COVID, I was bartending full-time, so I'm like, you want to put me as the center of attention, front and center? I have no issue with that.
It's like, a lot of people crack the joke, oh, video gaming is a bad hobby, da-da-da-da-da, all that crap. It's like, no, it actually helps you with social skills and all technicality. It helps you to think critically about particular topics or work that you might be doing. It actually helps me working at FedEx. Like, it helps me to critically set up my truck in such a way that I can burn through my day a hell lot quicker than other people because I understand how to set the truck up in a way that is very fluid instead of bouncing all over the place like our scanners give us. They give us a scanner and say, follow this routing system. I told my boss within the first month, no, I'm not following your routing system. I'm going to pick it apart and redo it every day. I will reroute it myself. He's like, but that defeats the purpose. I was like, okay, let's do it this way. I'm going to time my day and do it exactly the way the system tells me to do it. And I'm going to record that. And then I'm going to do it the way I would do it. And I will show you the difference in time. Literally the difference in time was an hour and a half quicker workday through my method than his. He's like, okay, you could do it your way, but isn't it gonna be a pain in the ass to do every day? It's like, I'm a freaking video gamer. I have to think quickly all the time. What are you talking about? This is a walk in the park for me. And he
and even if it didn't, right? Even if, and this is the way gamers think, even if it took me some time in the morning, as long as it doesn't take me an hour and a half, which is what doing your way would, even if it takes me 45 minutes, we're still saving net 45 minutes.
Yeah, it saves gas for the company. It saves time for the company. It saves time for the customers. It helps everyone through my way of doing my job. And that's why I've lasted as long as I have compared to some of the other people that are ready to call it quits. The people don't last long in delivery jobs because they get burnt out easily. They get bored, or they start doing stuff that isn't really safe, and that causes issues. So, yeah, no. It's like, gamer way of thinking tends to be more organized than someone who doesn't play video games. That's why people that play either MMOs or play any type of even mind-teasing game on their phone are going to be better off than someone that doesn't play any at all, that are going purely off of their normal skills without any type of stimuli.
Yeah, you learn how to organize in your mind better, and I think that's super, super important and very hard to learn.
Mm-hmm. Wholeheartedly agree on that, that's for sure. But yeah, if you guys ever end up doing a podcast again, I would gladly jump on that bandwagon to help out.
Oh yeah, we definitely have some content creation stuff coming up, and some kind of secret Ashes of Creation stuff coming up that we'll definitely chat about.
I think you guys had that discussion, or you were asking for a couple helpers for a particular project that is in development. And I can just leave it at that because it doesn't need to be talked about on stream, even though I've only got 4 people watching tonight. Like, if I was playing Final Fantasy XI right now, I'd be sitting at probably about 20 plus people watching. That was something I said in Discord, like, getting the Final Fantasy community excited for Ashes of Creation seems to be a hard sell, because most of my revenue as a streamer, even though it shouldn't be the main focus, is not really, comes from the Final Fantasy community. I usually can make about $100 every other month, which pays for hobby-related stuff, or maybe giving back to the community through possible giveaways or CD keys or something like that. So I'm interested to see the growth when it comes to that. Oh, crap. That's a Horde member. Is he going to attack me? Nope, he ran right past me. Oh, he's 32. I should turn around and smashed him. But, yeah, like, transferring players from one game to another seems to be a challenge within itself. And I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a challenge. I definitely lost a lot of viewership when I left Overwatch, and it's tough to rebuild. But that being said, you love even more the viewers that stick with you. because those are the ones that are here for you, not for the game.
Oh, yeah. This hunter is getting on my nerves, and he's gonna beat me if I stick around to fight him.
Yeah, he's a WoW Classic hunter. He wins.
He is lower level than me, though, so I might be able to win this aspect of the hawk. He's out of mana, so he can't. Fine, now I'm gonna run from him, and he's gonna attack me. Ha! He missed. That's hilarious. Oh, dude, you stupid cat. Leave me alone. Ah, he beat me. Whatever. I don't care. I was trying to be a good Samaritan and res that stupid gnome, who probably died to him, too. I'm 5 levels higher than a hunter, but he still can't beat a hunter.
It's hard to beat a hunter. Alright, well, I'm going to take my pup out, but I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, let's schedule something. We'll get your community in. Maybe we'll schedule like a co-stream one of these times.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to, well, being Ash's creation soon enough. Well, I had a question, and you may or may not be able to answer this. Do you know if after that 1 week of gameplay, the servers will go back down till the month-long one, or will it continue on with us alpha testers after the fact, like go back into NDA?
I'm not 100% on that. Obviously, they've said there's intermittent testing. So we have been doing intermittent testing since March. I imagine servers will go down for those full 2 weeks. This is my, or the full week. This is my personal thing.
Yep.
There may be a spot test or two in there as they try to roll out new content and whatever bug fixes they find in that 1 week, and then get ready for the big month. I don't imagine that there will be a ton going on in there at that point. I'm actually, my girlfriend and I are going to be visiting her family in Texas during that week, so I hope I don't miss out on too much. But that's what I imagine. I also imagine as people get ready for Alpha 1 that the June Alpha 1 test is not going to be the last Alpha 1 test before we reach Alpha 2. I think we're going to see more testing. And it'll be interesting to see if that's covered under NDA or not.
What, the month-long one?
No, after the month-long one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, because if it goes under NDA again, that will suck content creation-wise, but it'll be understandable, and I'll just have to play it off-stream. And that is what it is.
Yeah, I imagine you'll see both. Sometimes they'll say, you know what, we need some more information, so throw it up for 3 or 4 days, stream it till your heart's content. And sometimes they're going to say, oh, we really need to test out this one thing that's bugged. It's not going to be a good look to have it on stream, so this one's under NDA.
That's fine. I'd rather them, fine-tune the stuff and give it the best possible look for the community, and not, even though they've said very bluntly with the last one, hey, this is gonna be a rough Alpha 1 for this 1 week. Don't expect it to look 100% pretty. There's gonna be bugs. And he said that in his live stream. I counted at least 3 times he reiterated what he said. And I agreed with that. That didn't sway my opinion about getting Alpha 1, because I want to make it good. Plus, the selfish side of me says people are going to be clamoring to watch this on anyone's stream. It doesn't matter if you have 1 viewer or 20 million viewers. They're going to want to watch. So
100%.
The selfish side of me says this is going to be a good time to build a community.
Oh, I'm going to be on there. I'm going to be streaming about 12 hours a day for the full week. I'm mentally prepared for it. It's going to be fun.
You're only a little bit younger than me, but good luck to you on that. I'd say get yourself some healthy snacks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. The girlfriend's a vegetarian, so the snacks are always healthy.
I've been drinking I don't drink soda anymore. I actually stopped that. I'm drinking. Have you ever heard of the brand Sneak?
Yeah.
That's my drink now, and I like a creator, well, not affiliate code for that. And that's anytime people are like, I want to try it, it's like, here's the code. You'll get the cup and 4 satchels for like $15. They're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it's like, they just try and they're like, oh, this is good. And I just warn them about which ones taste like butts. Because there's a couple flavors that taste horrible. But I'm doing strawberry watermelon right now. It tastes amazing. But I'll stop talking for you so you can get going. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. And I look forward to working with you guys very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Peace.
Later.
Alright, how's it going, everyone else? What are y'all up to? And thank you for those that have been sitting here listening to us chat. That was one of the... I would call him... not necessarily an officer, but an operations person, more or less. Kind of helping the community get working in the right direction and working on projects. Pretty cool guy so far from what I've seen. I'm definitely looking forward to this Ashes of Creation community. Any of you guys have any questions in regards to why Ashes of Creation or whatnot? Like, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. Or if you want to laugh at me because I'm playing World of Warcraft Classic, feel free, and I'm cool with that. I also, for those that may be new to the channel, I do play Final Fantasy XI Online on a private server called Wings XI. I'll be playing that tomorrow evening for probably the rest of the week. But yeah. This has been a pretty interesting stream. Who do we got in here? Velky, Swathsworn, thank you, man, for being in here. I appreciate it. Fanny, thank you. Dan exclaims, good evening, good sir. 2020, welcome. It's funny how an alliance path goes over the starting area of the Horde area. You would think from a RP sense that you wouldn't fly over other nations like territory. That'd be like a no-fly zone of sorts. So I know Swathworth. You're part of Axiom. Hope you're doing well, good sir. What are your thoughts on the recent comments on paid cosmetics being bound to a character with the possibility of them being a reassigning feature with a cooldown? I actually thought that was kind of interesting. They have to make money. So if they chose to only have it bound to one specific character on an account, and say you're able to swap it out at free will and not have to buy a new one, kind of like, you know how Guild Wars 2 does their dyes? That you could dye your armor, but it's like a one-time buy, and you can only use it once. I always felt that was kind of shitty, but if it's bound on account, and you're able to swap it out almost like, what you call it, transmog for World of Warcraft, at free will on that one character, I think that's good. I don't think it's controversial. I don't think it's going to necessarily destroy the whole concept of the cash shop. Because I don't think people realize, as our friend had said, Fane, I think is his name. I don't think people realize that you're going to be way too busy on that one character to really make another character at the beginning of the game's life. Yeah, if he does... So this is how I perceive the way he said that. The way he said that makes me perceive that if he feels they're making enough money on the cash shop based on other items or other things that are being sold, he may, as a gift to the community, give you an option to reassign it on a cooldown. If they feel they're making enough money through other things in the cosmetic gift shop or through subscriptions. I think it'll be an okay thing. I think the community is getting an uproar over anything they feel is wrong. Kind of like when APOC first came out. People got all bitchy and whiny saying, oh, APOC is just going to be a cash grab. They've given up on developing the MMO. They haven't talked about the MMO. And then Steven Shreve and everyone shut him up and be like, no, we're actually working on the MMO. Here's some more information about the MMO. This is why we're using it. People look for anything negative on a new MMO just to grief a developer. I don't really feel this is that controversial. Like, what's your thoughts? Holy crap, I gotta go kill some Murlocs. Oh, that's a lot of Murlocs. Like, I'm not gonna focus on the cash shop. Even though I'm buying the $500 bundle, I'm not gonna, like, use all that money right away. I will use it when I see something worthwhile. But I'm not going to focus all the money that I'm given, which I'm guessing, and this is hypothesis, is going to be $250 for the $500 bundle. That's my guess, and we're going to get 12 months of game time, and that's that. There's going to be themes that are interesting. There are going to be themes that people want to actually spend their money on. Is this? Fork Mudrock Tongues. Oh, here we go. Dude, really? These things are level 40. And these don't say that they're going to drop the tongues. These are snap claws. Let's try killing one of these and see if it drops its tongue. Yeah, cash shop is what it is. It's more of a thing to help with development, to help with new content down the line. They already have a subscription model that's going to be in place that people are going to have to pay, which is comparable price as it is already. Dude, this mod is being stupid. It's evade bugging and resetting what I have on it. No reason to stress about it, in my opinion. Oh, I did not buy any mana potions. Damn it. Huh? How did something aggro me if I'm not even remotely near it? That was weird. Young Thresher. Young. You know what? Screw this quest. It didn't tell me I had to do this quest, so I'm just going to say F it on this. We're going to head back to town, and we're going to do it exactly in the order it's telling me to do it. Because it's keeping my quest logs small. Well, I say this much. I imagine, and I could be wrong, I imagine they're going to probably have the cash shop available in the alpha to look at. And anything, like other MMOs have done, if you purchase anything in the cash shop during an alpha or beta, it'll be added to your account once the server goes officially live. So, if it does, cool. If it doesn't, that sucks. But no, it would. We'll be able to see what's in the cash shop soon enough and see all the things that we could possibly purchase. That will really dictate how people feel about the cash shop compared to not really knowing what's gonna be in the cash shop, because people are grasping at straws right now. Person have any recipes I want? There we go. Dragon chili. Occasionally belch flames at enemies struck in melee for the next 10 minutes. Yes. I've heard of dragon breast chili. That's a good tanking recipe. I mean, I'm not even talking about the cash shop in game. I'm talking about the monthly and the now stuff. What do you mean? And you're welcome to join me in Discord if you want and talk about this. Oh, fresh water. I'm not someone that really complains about talking with people in Discord.
Hey, what's going on?
Howdy ho. Yeah, no, I don't really get offended if people want to talk in the Discord with me while I'm streaming. As long as you're okay with your voice being on here, I don't mind.
Fine by me.
But what do you mean by I'm talking about the monthly and now stuff? Are you talking about?
So every month they release a new skin pack that you can buy.
Yes.
And once you purchase one of those skin packs, you can actually buy the individual skins. I'm not too sure if you're aware of this.
Yes, I have been told about that. Someone in my chat a month ago was trying to, in a sense, bash Ashes in the sense of they're like, oh, this is going to be a pay to win, and they're showing me a link of what they see because they backed the project. I'm like, okay, but I haven't backed the project, so I don't see that stuff yet. And that's extra stuff you're going to be able to buy on top of what you already have. So it's not necessarily they're not trying to gouge you for money, they're just giving you options to get those previous packs if you didn't have the money at the time to buy them. You can go and purchase individual items and use the cash shop money that you're going to receive when the game goes live towards those. So if I'm buying the $500 pack and I'm guessing it's going to be $250, then that means that I can take that money and go back to one of the packs I wanted to get, but I wasn't able to get at the time, and start picking and prodding through them and take a couple pieces and add it to my inventory.
What do you mean go back?
So in the cash shop, if they're going to give us options to go to the previous packages,
Like the monthlies?
yes,
You can't. Once the monthly goes away, it's gone forever.
I thought they said that you were going to be able to buy those packages again once you've already purchased a package. You'd be able to look at the previous packs and possibly buy them.
So currently, Steven has reiterated this and said it multiple times, but once you buy once a monthly pack goes away, it will never come back. There's a chance, a very slim chance, you'll see a variation of the same pack in the cosmetic, but it won't be the same exact skin palette or theme.
All right.
But it might have that fur robe. It looks very similar to this one in the pack from one of the monthlies, but it's not going to have like the same color palette or anything like that. Once a monthly pack's gone, it's gone forever.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, there was one a couple months ago that was a seafaring theme. It was like all on the coastline. It was very tropical. I really liked it. I was like, well, I'm planning on being a boat crafter and stuff like that. That would look great for me. And I didn't have the money at the time, and I was torn on whether or not I was going to get the 250 bundle or less. And then we got our stimulus money, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put 250 on the side to get that package. And then they announced they were going to do alpha again. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put more money on the side. I'm going to get the alpha pack this time around and just suck it up. So I'm not someone that really focuses too heavily on any of the cosmetic stuff. I feel it's flavor. It's not going to necessarily make you a better gamer or make you look that much cooler than someone that may go out and do endgame content. Like BDO. That game, when you get to endgame content, if you bought nothing from their cash shop, the best looking gear you can get is literally like a green camo that goes over your whole body and you look like butts. You look really bad. But if you go on their cash shop and buy something, then you can look cool like everyone else. That is their way of thinking. I can see Ashes of Creation is not going to go that route. They're not going to make the end game gear, hypothetically, look horrible. They're going to make your time and effort you put into doing end game content with your guild or PvP worth it and make it look good. But they'll give you variations that will still look shinier on the cash shop. The monthly stuff is, as you would consider it, a flavor of the month. It's not going to necessarily impact your gameplay. It's just going to give you, like, one of them was a Valentine's Day one, another one was a summer theme, another one was a seafaring theme. They just fill that fantasy that you're looking for a particular thing. So I'm all on board for the way they currently have it, and I feel people that are complaining are just looking for something to complain because they can't find anything else to complain about.
I mean, personally, with the current state of how Steven has stated that he will do the paid cosmetics to limiting it to a one character with reassignment.
Yep.
I think if he stopped right there, everything would be fine. There'd be no problems. It's just the fact that he wants to put which I would like to say, a useless cooldown on it. So he said that he will have that reassignment. So, like, that's fine. If I have multiple characters and, I'm playing this character and this character has the skin equipped, sure, I'll, take the skin off and use it on this character. But he's using it as a cooldown. So every time you go to play that other character, it's like, oh, now I have to wait, 20 minutes or, 50 minutes or maybe even a whole day before you can actually use that skin that you paid for, because it goes on a cooldown. And I think after a while of that happening, he's going to get the player in the mindset of like, okay, so I'm done wasting my time waiting for my skin that I purchased. I'm done waiting for it. I'm just going to buy another one.
Yeah.
And I think it's a money grab. It's just...
I can see where you can think on that. Yeah, that makes sense within that sense. By the way, Velky, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the community. Yeah, I can see where that could come from. But every game, and I know I can't necessarily use this as a proper excuse, but every game has whales, as they're called. Like, those that have the money to just burn. And those people that are unwilling to wait for a cooldown if they give that option.
So he actually did confirm he's giving that option.
He did confirm he's given that option or not?
Yeah. I just saw the Reddit post because we currently have a Ashes of Creation like forums post up right now.
Oh, okay.
About this exact topic, which is kind of why I asked your opinion on it.
I didn't know there was a forums post because I haven't gone that deep into the guild yet.
But anyways, there's this. There was just a post on it from a linked Reddit thread where he indeed confirmed that we're going to be able to reassign them.
Okay, and he probably won't tell us the cooldown right now because it's subject to change, and that definitely makes sense. So I'm trying to look at gear that I'm getting right now for free. Yeah, I think that won't be necessarily a bad thing. I think, yes, you're going to have those people that are going to complain about it, and they're not going to be happy with it. But they can't cater to every single community or every single person that wants it a particular way.
Yeah, like a train of thought.
Yeah, it would be nice if they did, but meh.
They did not confirm the cooldown though. Steven said cosmetics can be reassigned to other characters on alt accounts or on an account, but only ever active on one character at a time. Quotations, there will also likely be a cooldown for reassignment. So he said likely, not really like 100%, but
I think it'll be a good thing because if you're swapping it around so often, it kind of devalues it. Because, okay, this is my train of thought on this. When you buy a cosmetic, a developer spent X amount of time working on that, and if you're just willy-nilly swapping around and not paying respect to it, giving its proper time to shine, it's as though you don't care about what it looks like. You're just putting it on because it's shiny. Like, if I see something in the cash shop, I'm gonna probably rock that for months on end because I'm gonna be like, this looks cool. It's amazing. And then maybe something else will come along and be like, okay, I'm gonna shelf this, but I'm gonna probably come back to it later for RP related reasons. Like, it's kind of like a gotta catch 'em all type scenario that people are going to eventually, if they see something in the cash shop, want to buy it, and they'll have it for maybe for raiding purposes, for RP purposes, for if they're not out in the world fighting stuff and they want to look like a townsperson and sell their wares. Like, there's options, and I don't think it's bad. You shouldn't be swapping around so easily, and plus, you're going to be getting a lot of gear out in the game world, or crafting gear, so it's going to be constantly switching. You're going to constantly be looking different. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense, or do you still feel
it
that...
does? But it kind of throws the whole point of like, because you're paying for the cosmetic. You paying for that cosmetic shouldn't be like subsided. Like, that cosmetic shouldn't be subsided by, oh, I'm crafting the gear, which means the cosmetic I spent money for means less to me. It's like, I still spent like a good bit on that cosmetic, right? Even if I'm earning gear in game that looks, sick, right?
Yes.
I should still be able, if I'm playing multiple characters, I think, in my mentality, I think it's, if you spend money on a cosmetic, you should be able to wear it like whenever you want on whatever character you're playing, no matter what. I think it would be a lot simpler if you could have, okay, if I spent, $20 or whatever, however much the cosmetic is in currency. So like, oh, I spent $20 on this, skin pack that looks dope, and this weapon is sick. And keep in mind, this also applies for mounts. It's not just your gear sets. So like, your mount skins will also be one character only.
Yes.
So I'm thinking like if it was account bound, like say you're rocking in, because if it's account bound, which a lot of people are pushing for here, if it's account bound, then you're rocking. Okay, character A, I'm rocking this set. I swap over to character B, I'm also rocking this set.
Yep.
And to your point that like, you know, it's just willy-nilly throwing the skin around. I mean, if you're rocking it more often, I mean, I think that would show maybe that skin looks a lot better, or you appreciate it a lot more, rather than just saying like, oh, I gotta put this skin on because it looks good, right? Or because it's shiny, or because I paid for it.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, does this skin fit with my set? Obviously, there'll be the people who just throw it around like, oh, I bought this skin, let me put it on, or whatever, right?
Well, yeah, those are the people that fit into the category of whales that just have the money to literally buy everything on the shop and be, look at me, I got this. But like, yeah,
Right.
You're right. If people are buying skins to be proud of that skin, they should be able to wear it when they want to wear it. Like, if you think about it this way, how often do you think in one gaming session you're gonna switch a skin? Do you think you're gonna switch 2 or 3 times, or do you think just once for that play session be like, I feel like looking like this?
It would really depend. So like, say I had multiple sets.
Okay.
Like say I had purchased, because I am I did pack the Kickstarter, so I do have a variety of armor sets, you know, in my inventory. So if let's say I have, you know, one set on, I'm looking at this set and I'm being like, okay, this is a nice looking set. I'm not gonna switch my set I'm not gonna switch it like multiple times a day. I probably maybe switch it at the minimum like once a week, because I want to rock that set. If I bought that set, I'm gonna use that set, right?
Yep.
And it's gonna look good. Especially because I don't buy things I don't think look good.
I agree. I think if they were to put it on, and this is my thought process, if they put on, say, a 48-hour cooldown between switches, I think that would be... Huh?
So that's 2 days.
Yeah, that's not too bad. 2 days isn't as bad as, like, say, doing, like, what? If they did it, like, a week, I think the whole community would outcry and be like, that's too long, what the hell?
I think 24 hours is going to break the community. Because think about it, you buy one, so say you buy one set.
Yeah.
And you have alts. So you have like 2 characters or 3 characters because you like different classes. There's 64 total class combinations. So say you have, okay, you like these 3 classes out of the 64.
Okay.
You have them and you're playing them. You know, wouldn't you want to have that one set? Wouldn't you want to rock that on multiple characters instead of being like, okay, I'm wearing this and okay, I'm going to put it on my alt. Oh, I want to reassign it. Reassigned. Now it takes it off your main character, puts it in this little fucking. Oh, sorry. Puts this in this little like waiting room.
It's okay.
For 2 days.
You're not swearing like in a bad way, so I don't care.
Right. Puts it in like this waiting room for 2 days. So now, not only your main isn't wearing it, but your alt isn't wearing it, and just basically says, "Oh yeah, you have limited access to this thing you purchased." I mean, I just think limiting access on something that you have, you know, purchased, especially as a cosmetic, it makes the ease of use worse rather than better.
All right, he should definitely do both internal and community poll to see what people's thoughts are on it. Whether or not he will or will not, we don't know.
Well, there's a community. It's on the forums. It's not just Axel. It's the entire forums.
I get that. Was the poll started by Intrepid, or was it started by a community member?
It was started by me. There was one on Reddit that wasn't started by me, though.
Okay. Well, no, I'm saying if the developers actually got down to the dirty and they actually made the poll themselves, like, okay, we would like you guys' feedback on this. And they also do it internally, and then they take those 2 polls together and be like, okay, we're going to find a common ground between the 2. Let's do this. Some people are going to be happy. Some are going to be mad. But in the long run, I think even if people are mad, they're still going to purchase the game. They're still going to spend their hard money on it. And they're still going to enjoy it. I almost feel like it's not going to break the back of the community.
I feel like the system would be fine if it just didn't have the cooldown. If he hasn't already said that he's going to try and do a cooldown. Because originally he posted the way he said it the first time originally, before he even said, confirmed this reassignment. He was trying to say like, oh yeah, we're going to limit your cosmetic to one character.
Yeah.
And that's rough because you can't, even if you wanted to, say you were this whale with just loaded with money, and you were like, man, this monthly skin this is the best skin I've ever seen in my life. I have to have it for every character I play. Even if you wanted to, knowing that this cooldown system's in place, you cannot purchase more than one of the same skin. You cannot.
Yeah. That makes sense, because that kind of like, if you were loaded and you're like, I'm just going to buy it on every character, and it's like, nope, you can't. It's account bound, so you've already owned one unique of this skin. Yeah, I can get what you mean on that. That could infuriate a person that has the money, is willing to buy it on multiple characters, but is not allowed to. So yeah, that I can understand. You're making a compelling argument on that, definitely. As someone,
I just can't find the point of this that makes it better for the community. Because every time that I think about this system being implemented, I'm thinking, okay, we're restricting access to the cosmetic. We're making it on a cooldown, and it's, now you have only one character that can use it. Every time I think about it, it's just taking away how worth a cosmetic is buying. It's taking away its worth.
Correct.
And you're spending real money on it, so you're taking away the worth of something you're spending real money on, you're going to get less sales. And if, in my eye, it's a money grab, because overall, not only are you trying to get people to buy more of the skins in that money grab sense, you're gonna not like reputation, but like I guess it would be like reputation. You're losing how good people will think of the skin, so they're not gonna buy them. Like, would you buy more skins if you thought that it would be available to all your characters? Because I would.
No, Condor, I'm not even really working on it right now. We're actually talking about Ashes of Creation. I'd like to get the Algo sword, but when I get it, and if I get it, I'll get it. If I don't, I'm not going to stress on it. Thank you, though, for asking. There's a super crazy sword in Final Fantasy XI that chance on attack to triple attack, and it does fire damage, and it looks really cool. It's the end game Dark Knight weapon, and everyone in the Final Fantasy community knows I desperately want that damn weapon.
Yeah, I've yet to play Final Fantasy.
I'm actually on a private server called, actually, can I link it? Yes, there. I linked it in the chat. That's, it's a level 70 cap server. I'm sorry, 75? No, 70. Jeez, I'm forgetting what level the cap is. It's been a while now because they don't talk about it very often. It's a private server. It's usually averages about 150 to 180 players on. And community's pretty chill. And it's free. So that's the biggest thing that people like. It's free. So you don't have to pay a monthly subscription. And it's pretty stupidly easy to install too. So if you're looking for something to kill time, till I'm guessing you're waiting for Alpha 2, or are you in Alpha 1?
Oh, I'm in Alpha 1. I've been backed since 2017, May or June. I'm a summer backer, so.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's
well, just make sure you don't say anything that you should not be saying. I'll just say that for your own sake.
Thane likes to walk the line on how much he likes to say. Like, he gets close to breaking it. I don't even like touching it.
I would have started going nah very quickly if I heard anything that started to be spoiler territory that no one's supposed to know. I would have I would have stopped him and muted him very quickly. Because I don't want him to get in trouble and lose his capability. But yeah, no. Yeah, if you're looking for another distraction for fun, I honestly feel, and this is subject to change once I play it, and I'll be able to tell, I feel like it's going to have the grind sense that I feel and love from Final Fantasy XI in Ashes of Creation. That, as he explained earlier, he said it's like 45 days or something to get to max level, which
it's more than
bonkers.
That. He said if you put 8 to 12 hours in every day, it would take you on average 45 days. So that's if you put 8 to 12 hours in. Or maybe it was 6 to 8 or something like that. It was a lot of hours.
Yeah. And yeah, that is a lot of hours, and that's, I put in on a daily basis about 3 to 4 hours every day. Maybe a little bit more, it all depends if I'm streaming or not. Like, I generally, when it comes to playing games, I stream when I'm playing.
Right.
That sometimes works against me. I might get stream sniped, especially when it comes to MMOs and stuff like that. But, whatever.
I will say, Ashes of Creation, the Alpha 1, like the May 14th thing that is going to be public, non-NDA.
Yep.
Which everyone knows about, is public information.
Oh, yeah.
But that is going to be a streamer market. If you want to, because that's a game that's limited in how many people can even play it.
Oh, yeah.
But tons of people are interested.
Oh, yeah,
so you're going to get, everyone's going to be watching like all around.
Yeah, that was part of the reason that I was torn. Absolutely torn on the concept of buying in for the $500 value. It's like, this is so effing expensive, but
oh, you're going to have to.
But it's like, if you want to be known within the Ashes of Creation community, the earlier you're able to get in and start streaming it, the more your name is noticed within the community. But I'm guessing there's gonna be at least 100 plus streamers or more. They're gonna be streaming the game. The category is gonna get filled up pretty damn quick.
Yeah, I think this release is going to go a lot bigger than 1 million views, 1 million live viewers. I think because so far we know of a good bit of big streamers that have on their streams said like, oh yeah, I'm interested in Alpha 1, and them being so big in viewer count, obviously Steven's going to hand him the key.
Well, yeah, Asmongold is a very big example of that.
Summit has looked at it. Summit's definitely, Shroud too.
Now, this is the thing with Shroud. I don't really consider him much of an MMO player. He does play MMOs, but it is
he started on MMOs.
Really?
He started on WoW. He didn't stream it any.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when it comes to streaming, that's not what I perceive him as. I perceive him as an FPS guy. Summit is MMO, shooter, and adventure style games, and RP. That is his niche. He specifies in that. Asmongold is the MMO and Let's Talk streamer. So, I'm sorry, reaction streamer, not Let's Talk. I understand when it comes to Asmongold. I understand when it comes to Summit. Shroud is a great guy. Not saying anything bad about the guy. It's just I don't perceive him as an MMO guy. At least from a public standpoint of streaming. That's all I'm saying.
I think Shroud's like a hidden gem in MMOs because he played WoW Classic. He played WoW. He played MMOs. That's how he was. I think in one of his, I don't think it was one of his, or one of the Cloud9 introduction videos. Maybe it was said, he said himself that he played MMOs growing up as a kid, and that's how he got into gaming.
All right. Well, yeah. I think Shroud rides the hype train and bounces. Yeah, that I kind of agree on that.
True. That's not a false statement.
If he does, he will do what's best for his viewership and his community. Whether or not he truly backs the game, kind of is on the paycheck. He plays games that he does enjoy and he's not necessarily getting paid for, but then he does play games that are literally just a paycheck where they're like, here, we're giving you X amount of money to stream this for X amount of hours/days. And that is his thing, because he is a bankable streamer on Twitch. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. The more views that a game gets, the more revenue that's brought in for that company, for the most part. There's been a couple games out there that have used that tactic and it flopped really, really badly. Like, what was that game? Hyperscape, I think it was called. It was that shooter game.
I didn't like that game at all.
Hyperscape fell into that category of they paid a shit ton of streamers, said, hey,
it got really big.
Get really, really big. We're going to do the drops so you can get the keys and all that jazz. And what did that do? Made hyper for like a month, and then it just died. Same thing with like Fall Guys. That was a hidden gem. They paid a bunch of streamers. It did really well for that 1 month. It's still on Twitch, but it doesn't make even the top 20 possible games that are streamed. If we can ever get out of this stupid hot tub meta, other games will be shining. I would love to see if Ashes of Creation can dethrone Let's Chat. If it could do that even for like a couple days, that would be an accomplishment.
I think, so here's my thoughts on it. So this is going to be a week-long event. I think that we will see, just chatting be, maybe like
second.
Third or fourth, maybe second. I don't know if there's anything else. Is it always number one now?
Yep.
I haven't been on Twitch. No, GTA is normally number one. That's what I see.
Let me go look real quick. Browse.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say, because I always see it on number two. So I was like, I don't really see it much number one. Unless there's like Miskiv streaming I know Miskiv is streaming, but he's streaming League. That's probably it.
Let's see. Sort by highest to view. Oh, yeah. So Grand Theft Auto is number one. Let's Chat's number two. And League of Legends is almost always number three. A long time ago, what was that other MOBA game?
Dota 2?
Dota 2. That used to be in the top 5. But no, not
fell
anymore.
Off.
It fell off. It's an oldie. It's a goodie, but it fell off and it disappeared. That's fine. But yeah, League of Legends is always up there because they actually promoted that game correct. That's all they had to do. Promote the game properly, and the people will come. Oh, I gotta kill that guy? He's level 42? I'll fucking do it. I'm a paladin. I'm a paladin. I can do anything. As long as I'm not kited by a hunter.
Is a hunter.
There's a hunter, yeah, right in front of me.
Yeah, no, I see that.
He's 41. He's gonna hit me. No.
What level are you?
I'm 37. I couldn't beat a 32 hunter earlier. He kite the crap out of me. You were probably in the channel when that happened.
No, I got here like near the end of Bane speaking, so I don't know.
Yeah, I knew if I popped into a channel, someone would probably pop in and hang out and chat. Instead of me just chatting to myself and geeking out about Ashes of Creation without anyone to talk to.
I try to stop myself from geeking out on the regular. I'm so hyped for this game, man. But no, I think Ashes will take over that number one spot for at least 24 hours.
Yeah, maybe for a couple days at most. Like it's gonna be popular during specific times of day. Like, I know, like, at least for that week long, I'm going to make it clear in my own Discord community. Guys, don't expect any Final Fantasy that week. It's going to be nothing but Ashes of Creation, because if I paid this $500, I'm getting my money's worth of what I spent.
Keep in mind, $500 is just what we paid for Kickstarter, so it may be, you know, more or less than that, because if you think about it right now, how much did they value Alpha 1? Did they value Alpha 1 as a $125 upgrade to the current $375? Or do they value it as like, okay, this is Alpha 1 for second-hand? This is second-hand purchasing, by the way, too. It's not even like, well, it's from them, but it's the second time they're releasing it. So this is going to, I would say it's going to be like at least $500, but it's not capped at that. I would say you might see it a little more, but...
Well, it was, he officially said it during the live stream, 500.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I don't think I saw that.
So
I was late for the live stream.
So just before he started the, yeah, I'll let him get that. I'm not fighting with this hunter over mobs. He said just before they started the test that, like, the first thing, because he knew everyone in the community wanted to talk about Alpha 1. That was the first thing he said at the beginning of the live stream, pretty much.
Who wouldn't want to talk about Alpha 1?
He was like, it's gonna be 500. So that's why I put exactly 500 in my savings off to the side, just ready. Leave myself with $70 for the week till payday on Friday. Ramen noodles for the rest of the week. It's fine. At least I've paid all of this month's rent coming up, and all of my bills for this month already. So I'm good. Yeah, I purely focusing on that. Like, if my focus is going to be 100% on getting, working on all the basic classes to see what those classes offer, and showing them off to the community and be like, hey, this is why this class is good, this is what you're going to get out of playing this class, and so on and so forth. I eventually am going to go through all 46 archetypes?
64.
64.
There's eight base and 8 secondary. Are you talking about in Alpha 1?
No, in general. In Alpha 1, there's only going to be access to tank, cleric, mage, and they said possibly fighter and possibly ranger is what I heard.
This is public?
Public, yes. Or, well, this was discussed in our Discord under the AOC section. So I imagine people would not discuss that if it wasn't public info. And Sly, the information for Alpha 1 is coming out on Tuesday of this month. And the packs go on sale on Wednesday. So yes, I will be buying the Alpha 1 pack. I hope you're doing well tonight, Sly. Nice to see you, my friend. I know it's not Final Fantasy.
But yeah, so they're gonna
500 Sly?
it's also going to be limited, I think. That's not confirmed.
Yeah, I know. It's not confirmed yet, but yeah, Sly.
They didn't even say anything about that, so
500. Guys in chat, this is what I do for you guys to show you new content. I'm willing to put the frickin' money down to show you guys. No, not 500 pennies.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He didn't say USD, that's true.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Okay, we all know how much you want to play this game, Daku. Yeah, yes. Of course you know how much I want to play the game. Don't have to point that out, damn it. I'm simping this game. I understand that. I'm playing World of Warcraft, and I'm having, like, very heavenly Final Fantasy Hymn of the Crystal playing in the background. Holy crap, those guys are booking it. Bunch of ogres just sprinted past me. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know about all that, John.
They're not supposed to
I'm
move
watching
that
it
quick.
as well.
They're not supposed to move that quick.
You never know. Maybe they're chasing someone who's just not rendered for you. Probably that damn hunter.
Well, I have everything set to max settings too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not a big classic guy.
This is what's killing time for me till Ashes of Creation comes out type scenario. Ashes of Creation.
I've been trying to find that time killer. I did start playing Path of Exile, and then everyone started playing Guild Wars 2, so I joined them.
I have Guild Wars 2, but the last time I played was during the second expansion. I haven't bought Path of Fire, and they're about to come out with another expansion soon. I'm like, yeah, I'm all set. I'm not going to down the money even if it's kind of cheap. It just isn't worth it for me. But hey, Sly, it's okay. You don't have to get Alpha 1 like me. You can just wait till Alpha 2. The only benefit of Alpha 1 is you get to test out and help the community make the game great. And as a streamer, you will get a boatload of exposure as an Alpha 1 tester. That's all.
Alpha 2 still is $375, so...
No, it's $250.
Oh, is that the lowest one?
Yeah,
I didn't know they changed that.
It's been like that for a while. The $250 one will get you access to Alpha 2, but you don't get your name reservation. And a couple of the other cosmetic stuff. Like, literally the difference between the $250 and the $375 is you get more in-game currency money. You get a couple more cosmetics baseline with the package. And you get the name reservation. That is literally what you get.
Well, you do get Alpha 2 with that. I haven't looked at that in a while.
For 500, you should at least get some pay-to-win stuff. So
that's crazy. The entire game's based on not having that.
Yeah, the game is completely based on not having pay-to-win at all.
There's not even... They consider pay to convenience also pay to win. So.
Yeah, pretty much. So, my guesstimate, Sly, as to what is going to be in the $500 value is the $375 value gives you 9 months of game time, $150 worth of in-game currency, not pay to win.
I'll be right back.
No problem. And all the cosmetics. The $500 one, I'm guessing, is going to be a full year of game time. I'm guessing 200 to 250 of the cosmetic shop, your name reservation, and I can't think of, and all the cosmetics. So they're still going to pack the value of that $500 and give you what it's worth. But to some people, they're going to see that as way too much. Because, what was that other game you were interested in, Sly? Was it, Pantheon or something? That started to become a meme now that people are saying is just never going to get released. I'm not bashing on it because I personally do not know. Yeah, I feel sorry that it just has not come out for you guys. Like, when was the last time that developer gave you guys any type of an update? By the way, welcome everyone else that's joined the channel. I know some of you guys are part of my new guild. I appreciate you guys being here, and those that are from the Final Fantasy community, thank you for being here too. I appreciate it. I know this is not Final Fantasy. I will be playing Final Fantasy tomorrow and the rest of the week. And as for Ashes of Creation, Sly, and those that are interested in watching that gameplay, the official no NDA is going to be, I think it was the 14th or 15th?
It is on May 14th. We do not have a
14th.
time, though.
Yeah, I'll probably... The 14th. What day is that? I didn't even freaking look. Oh, that was a nice picture.
I think it was a Tuesday, maybe? No, it's a Friday.
Huh. Great. Well, that's one of my days I don't stream. I'm gonna be streaming that day. Screw that. I'll be at work that day and then picking up my kids, but once I get off work and... Damn, I'm still gonna have to wait till 9 o'clock that night to stream because I gotta wait till they're in bed. But I wish it came out on a Monday or something. That'd be so much better for me. Yeah, so just waiting for them to email me saying, hey, it's alpha time. My buddy here, Sly, he's interested in Pantheon. He's been waiting for that, hoping it'd be the next great thing too, but...
Oh, no. Pantheon.
He's a founder.
Oh.
I don't want to bash on other games. If it comes out, that's absolutely awesome. I want it to come out for you, man. I personally, again, not trying to bash, it does not appeal to me. It kind of reminds me of EverQuest in the style, which EverQuest is timeless. EverQuest is a great game that paved the way for future MMOs. It just reminds me of EverQuest, which just does not appeal to me too much. I hope we can still be friends, Sly. I'm not making fun of your game, I swear.
I've heard some things about Pantheon. I haven't actually looked at it myself, but I've heard some pretty I've heard some things about it. So he's a founder. How long has this game been in development for?
Could you answer that, Sly? Because I don't know that answer. How long has it been in development? He might have gone AFK for all I know. Yeah, I've been such a big Final Fantasy fan, by the way. If you look next to his name, it's got that green crystal. That's the Hydaelyn Mother Crystal for Final Fantasy. I don't know, like 5 years. That's not too bad, I guess. Well, most game developments take, what, about 8 or so years before they're released? Maybe a little bit more?
MMOs are usually like, 7 to like anywhere from, the lowest one I've ever seen is like 3, but that was a pretty trash MMO.
Yeah, the ones that are low development are the ones that don't necessarily do well. The long development, yes, people get annoyed, but if the game turns out great in the end, and we're going to ignore the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 was a trash heap, unfortunately, but I still played it, I still bought it, and I still enjoyed it, regardless. Then that was in development for a very long time.
Yeah, like 10 years.
Yeah. So I said January 2014, I had to look it up. He's been a founder for just about 4 years.
Yeah, most MMOs take like 6 to 9, 6+ years. Not really a cap on it, but most MMOs are like 6 to 9 years.
Yeah. And I think that's a proper amount of time for development of a game, especially if it has good development, it doesn't have a pandemic, and stuff like that. The pandemic, honestly, I think, put a huge wrench in the plan of this game getting done sooner. But even if the pandemic didn't happen, they still had technical issues that happened that were beyond their control. What is this warlock doing? He's getting chased by Boss Thogon. Oh no. No.
Oh, you're gonna get aggroed. Yep.
No. If I it's resetting. If oh Oh shit! I get a heal. Oh, it's running. Haha! Get back here. Why is that boss here? He's never over here. Oh, I gotta kill this thing before it. Come on, die so I can get away from that red level guy.
It's a weird looking boss. I don't know why it's there.
It's not even an elite. It's just like a regular mob. I'm looking forward to Ashes as well, since I love the Arcade and just seems like the next evolution of that. That is a fair comparison. I like that comparison. That's a good one. Ashes of Creation, I'm not gonna say it. I will never jinx it and say it's going to be the best MMO. It's not changing things that should not be changed. It's doing stuff that needs to be improved upon, and it's had a fairly crystal clear, transparent development cycle. It's done better in that particular avenue than other MMOs have done in the past. And that is half the reason I respect Steven Shreve for what he does. Like, I tweeted something about him that became my most liked tweet on Twitter. It was, so Asher Creation, I was just watching the AMA with Asmund Gold. Crap, I gotta finish this guy before I... Come on, die. AMA Asmund Gold's channel, and Steven Shreve said, and I quote, "I don't care if you pre-order the game. It doesn't affect our budget to completion. I'm funding this from beginning to end." And I said, that is respect, and you're a great developer. It got over 126 likes by Asher's Creation, Steven Shreve himself. So, I have more respect for this guy than I have any other developer I've ever run across. And I used to have a hell lot of respect for SWTOR when that came out. But yeah, Slight, what you're gonna look forward to seeing the week that I'm streaming it. It's coming out on a Friday, we don't know what time. And I will be streaming it that night when my kids go to bed. Hopefully. And the archetypes that will possibly be available will be tank, cleric, mage, possibly fighter, and ranger. And I think this guild will be pretty well off. You guys seem very organized from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, we have a couple of good community leaders that, I mean, all the community, I mean, almost everyone I've met here, I don't think I've met a bad person here. Everyone here is just very genuine person, very respectful. And I've been here for just under a year, maybe just over.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, I've only been here 3 days, and I've been talking like crazy, both the general, a little bit in anime, which I was a little sad people were bashing on Demon Slayer. But it's okay. It is what it is. And what is Guildheart cracking jokes about? Delay day announcements? They went offer on Wednesday this week. Oh, yeah, you mean the test that yes before. I don't think the NDA drops till the 14th. So,
well, it doesn't drop, it just gets put on hold for like 7 days.
Yeah. And then it's probably going to go back in NDA, and anytime I want to play it, I just need to do it off stream. Which is fine.
I mean, I think I'm gonna sum up kind of my thoughts here on the whole cosmetic thing. I think you were right to a point on, most people were complaining over, just the amount of developers. I do
there's
think
always trolls. There's always trolls.
True. I mean, that'll always happen. However, I think that it's a fine system how it is. I think the only problem that could cause it to be like bigger than it currently is if they add that cooldown. Like, I'm fine with it having no cooldown as long as I can go on 2 different characters and use the same cosmetic.
Yeah,
that's really it for me.
This is my concept when it comes to that. It's the fact that, so Guild Wars, they've got their dyes.
Yeah, the color dyes or skin dyes and stuff like that.
You can buy them on their in-game shop. They make your gear look really, really cool and stuff like that. You can make any piece of gear look amazing. But they're a one-time use, and once they're gone, they're gone. That's literally disposable money. There's no type of stored dye system of sorts. And you can earn dye in the game, but you earn kind of shitty-looking dye. They purposely save the good-looking dye for the auction, for the in-game shop. So if they were to say do something similar to that, where they're like, "Oh yeah, we're going to put it on a cooldown," I feel like the community there would be like, "Okay, cool. We got to wait a couple days to change it." Yeah, because it's not a consumable, they'd be happy. So the moment Steven kind of said, "Hey, this is going to be on a cooldown," he created a problem that didn't need to be there. They could have gone the route of one of 2 ways. Been selfish and said, "Hey, you gotta buy it. It's a one-time use, and once it's on the character, it's on the character, or it's attached to that one character." Yeah. They could have gone. He could have gone that route, but they didn't. And people said, "Okay, but we don't want it to be tied. We want it to be available on all characters with no type of restriction." Like, the restriction created friction that wasn't unnecessary. So he could have gone the unnecessary non-friction route and said, "Hey, it's account bound, 1 character, that's it, sorry." Or it's only available for that 1 character. If you want to buy on multiple characters, you gotta pay again for each one. People might have complained about that, but there would have been less friction.
You just can't, though.
You can't,
like,
what?
You can't buy it multiple times.
Correct.
Like, because think about it, you have Kickstarter cosmetics. You can't kickstart twice on the same account. Like, imagine having your alt, like, because obviously you buy cosmetics that look good.
Correct.
Right? So imagine you're on your alt and you want to show off, "Oh man, I kickstarted this game 5 years ago when it was on 1 month period to do so." Like, you can't do that on 2 characters now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just think this cooldown makes almost every cosmetic almost worthless, because even on the monthlies you can't buy it multiple times.
That's why I'm saying he created friction that was unnecessary. If he had avoided the friction,
right,
it might have actually turned out a little bit better. If he just said, "Hey, you can use it on this 1 character, it's bound to character, not account," that would have been less friction. There would have still been friction, but people wouldn't have to have this conversation. I think he was trying, like, I don't think there would have been as much friction.
I think there would have been more.
How so? Because that's what almost most of MMOs do. They do have it bound to 1 character, not
if
multiple
you earn it.
characters.
If you earn it, it's bound to that character for sure. I don't mind that. But if you buy a transmog set, which you can in WoW, it's bound to your entire account. If you buy it in, most MMOs, if you buy a full set of gear that's, cash shop only, it's bound to your account.
Yeah, World of Warcraft, they came out with that during
that fairy transmog.
Not Wrath. Cataclysm, I think, is when transmog really became a thing, or was it Pandaria? Because that's when you could get a transmog mount.
I think Cataclysm was it, and then in Mist they added the 3 helmets that you could buy in the shop.
Oh yeah. So WoW has done it in such a way, and I hate to say, ingeniously evil, and it works.
Well, I hate WoW because they charge you for everything they can. You have to buy the expansion, the subscription, and they charge you for in-game cosmetics. And there's a box cost. There's, you know, they charge you for anything that they have that they can charge you for. They do. There's not a thing they're missing.
Yeah, that's true. No denying that.
You can even buy the currency. Like,
it's bad enough. So right now, when you log into World of Warcraft Classic right now, the shop button has now appeared.
Oh yeah, because they're adding the shop in TBC, right?
Get away from me, boss! Okay, Bubble, heal myself. I'm not letting him kill me. I will finish what I'm fighting, and then I'm running for my life.
Yeah, aren't they adding like a shop and an entire collector's pack and a mount and
yeah,
even a level boost in TBC?
Yeah, and they said it's going to be a one-time per account boost. They're being very specific about that particular thing. Which, okay, fine, I get that. It's a one-time per account boost. But do I like it? No. Will I possibly use it if I was going to be hardcore on World of Warcraft TBC, which I'm going to play it, don't get me wrong, I want to do Paladin stuff. But the moment Astral Creation is 100% released, WoW's getting shelved. And that's that.
My game library is getting shelved.
I won't.
Every game I own that I don't play. Well, I'll probably play Path of Exile 2 because it'll probably be that long.
I'll probably still play Final Fantasy 11 because I have a max level Dark Knight to play on and enjoy with my guild. But they've kind of changed their raiding times and stuff like that to be earlier, and I can't do earlier. So that's kind of putting a wrench in that particular plan for me. Because I guess there's been some drama of stream sniping some of our fellow streamers, and that hasn't been very bueno. But that's the issue you get when you're a streamer. You gotta deal with the stream sniping. Nothing is ever that easy. If you want to go farm a notorious monster that gives a really rare good item and you're streaming, there's going to be people that are going to show up there and try to take it from underneath you just to see you get pissed off. And that happens in almost every MMO or video game in general that has any type of multiplayer.
I was thinking about maybe streaming this May 14th thing, but that's one thing I thought of. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to figure out the boundaries of when I turn my BRB screen on. Like, because in zones, when you're switching zones,
yeah,
you don't want to get stream sniped. So, like, say you're going to a world boss, because yeah, okay, so this is public. Every world every server is randomly generated.
Correct.
So when you show your map, if your map looks oddly similar to the same map on the Stream Sniper's server, you're going to figure out what server you're on very quickly.
Oh yeah.
So every time I open my map, that's where I, BRB screen.
Yeah, so I don't have that for my BRB screen. I have it zoom in on my camera and show my chat. So like right now, I'm going to do it just to show you guys. Bear with me. You see my turtle shell, and then boom. You guys are up close on me, and you see only that, and you see my custom 8-bit background.
Pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, I paid for this kit a while ago. I've been streaming for about 8 years now. So I've made back pretty much the value of my computer through streaming. That hasn't been the main focus, but that's definitely helped. Alright, cool. that's done. Now I just gotta kill this Murdelock person. Where did he go?
Yeah, I was thinking like I would either do one of two things. I would either stream and take all of the live streamer hits, or I would do like really informative, videos where I don't take really that live streamer hit of being like, oh, you're in a raid, we know where you are.
I honestly feel like, especially with Alpha and Beta, you can stream to your heart's content. When it comes to the live game, when it eventually gets released,
I think up until Alpha 2, it's fine, because everyone can buy Alpha 2 right now, and there's Asmongold posted it on his stream, and so many people have been talking about Ashes of Creation, where the store has just been bombarded with Alpha 2 purchases. So I mean, I think Alpha 2 is really where you're going to see a bunch of stream snipers.
And I don't see as much of a problem, because they haven't really 100% discussed how, when it comes to, I'm trying to think about the wording of this, when it comes to PvP, if it's just going to be open contest, just attack whoever in the open world, or not. So if it's going to be you're always flagged PvP, or if you're not going to be flagged PvP. Because unlike World of Warcraft, you have your alliance territories, your contested territories, and then your horde territories. If you're in a horde territory, they can attack you first, you can't attack them, and vice versa in alliance. Contested, you're both able to attack each other. I don't know if Ashes of Creation is going to have that same concept, where there's town territories that if you get attacked, the guards are going to murder that person for attacking you. But if you're out in the world, anyone can attack you, and you're going to be sitting on the ground dead.
Well, I mean, do you know how the PvP system works? Have you seen the charts?
I understand the corruption system. That much makes sense to me completely. I
feel like with that being in the game, you're going to see a lot less like open world PvP to like where it's going to actually affect you. For the cities, like in city, like when someone PvPs in cities, I don't think anything's been said like foolproof on that, but I would assume the guards would attack you. I mean, it would just make obvious sense if you're in a city, right? And PvP, there's not a duel, right? A PvP goes on.
And this is the thing, if people do kill you in the world, I remember him discussing this, you'll get corrupted. And if you kill enough people that are non-combatant to you, you'll show up on the map and people can hunt you down like bounty hunter style. So,
if you're in a military node.
Oh, only in a military node. I did not know that.
Yeah, the node system is the most in-depth thing you want to know about. Like, I want to see if you want to learn anything about this game, you want to focus on that node system first. You want to learn that system in and out. Scientific nodes can have like teleporters almost, but at the highest tier, or like somewhere near the highest, you can have like transportation. You'll be good at mages and stuff will flourish there. In military nodes, how that they work is they focus on mainly just combat. That's really just it. So you can only do the bounty hunter system in a military node. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I didn't know that much. I thought I had known that information, and well, damn. Dude, I am not having good luck. Every damn thing. Oh, is that a rare spawn? No, but it's something I can't kill. Yeah, that's good to know. And it seems most of the guild is looking at a very specific region that is mountainous, but also has the other biomes that interest the community. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
I am not going to be able to kill this stupid named monster. There's just too many mobs around him. I wish I gotta get higher. Or I just need someone in the area that could help me. I wonder if there's anyone around.
Honestly, I think the only thing I see with that whole cosmetic thing, I think the only thing I see problem with it, like the only thing is just the cooldown. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. I think people will eventually accept it. They'll bitch and whine about it at first, and then they'll just get over it.
I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't invest $40 million, right? Because that's what Steven did. He put $40 million of his own money in this game.
Yeah, so we can bitch and whine all we want, but when it comes down to it finally, it's like, just accept it and move on and enjoy the wonderful, glorious game that is Ash's creation. And man, he has really coined the glorious phrase so often that now I'm saying it.
Is he wrong though? Is he wrong though? Personally, I don't think so.
I don't know if I can answer that with a straight face. Like, god damn it. And the website we're listening to, by the way, if you do streaming, for the most part is very TOS friendly. It's called rainwave.cc. It's literally a website that plays all video game style music that's custom, so it's not the original work of art. So you're able to like listen to it without getting your VODs shut down sometimes, at least on Twitch. I've been looking at my VODs. 1 in every 20 VODs will have a muted section.
That is true.
That's a pretty good thing, but on YouTube side, I haven't looked at recently because I'm streaming over there too. But no one's watching there. That might change when Ashes comes out. Who knows? Over there, I get muted more often than I'd like.
On YouTube?
Yeah. YouTube is very, very stingy, but they've had a better system in place compared to Twitch. Twitch is way behind the 8 ball, and they always will be. But I wonder, I doubt it. Let's see here. I wonder if there's an Ashes Creation chat right now. Oh, there is someone that's in the Ashes. Let's chat. What are they playing?
Classic.
Maybe. No, I don't know if that would have been a smart idea to be. That's kind of against Twitch's TOS to be streaming the wrong category, but hey, whatever.
What do you mean?
You're not supposed to wrongfully deceive people and stream in a different category on Twitch. It's part of their TOS that you're not supposed to do that. But
Are you talking about the Ashes of Creation voice channels?
no, I'm talking about on Twitch. I'm talking about
No, I mean, like, were you talking about the guy that's in the Ashes of Creation voice channels?
No, Bushi or whatever his name is.
Yeah, in the Ashes of Creation public Discord.
Yeah, but he's streaming. He's talking about Ashes of Creation, but he's streaming World of Warcraft. You get what I mean now?
Yeah.
He's under the wrong category.
I was just saying, tip for you. Wait, he's streaming that channel? You're not allowed to stream that channel.
So
you're not allowed to stream in the Discord. That Discord, at least.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is he is playing World of Warcraft, and under the tag, the game that he's listed he's playing is Ashes of Creation. You're supposed to be under World of Warcraft if you are playing World of Warcraft. That's what I mean. That's against the TOS to be listing yourself as playing a different game.
I see what you mean. Okay.
That's what I mean. But I'm going to host him anyways. Just because pretty much this whole stream's been talking about Ashes, so I'm whatever. Those guys that are still in my chat, we're going to go over see another gentleman talking about Ashes Creation. Thank you very much. If you guys are going to be around tomorrow night, I will be playing Final Fantasy XI online again and trying to do Dark Knight stuff and not die constantly. We'll see. But everyone have a great night. Thank you as always, and as always, my friends, stay awesome.
thank you for having me. Thank you. I'm gonna head off now.
No problem. I was